Good day, Anna, and welcome to your natal chart reading. So I was looking at your profile here, and I'm actually going to start with entering your Akashic record, right? So if you don't know what the Akashic records are, they are the energetic library that hangs above the earth. And it's a library just like, in theory, it's actually just a field of information that streams through like the internet. But thinking of it as a library makes it like way easier to understand. So this is my library card, right? And in this library is the book for every soul that is ever separated from source. So whether they decided to go be a star seed, an actual star, a rock, a pebble, a human, whatever the case may be, every story from every incarnation, from the past, present, and the future, because time does not exist anywhere but here, is in this book. I am going to dig in there to see why you needed this reading today before I get into your chart. So what is Anna's higher self wanting her to know about her natal chart today? I feel like it has something to do with your value. It's desiring an activation. So pretty much this is me gassing you up, or it will be me gassing you up. Like your guides have been trying to give you certain information about yourself and what you have coming up next, because you are in a position where you don't know what to do with yourself and you need some fire under that ass, pretty much. So this is just going to be a reminder about what you came to do, why you came to do it, what gifts you have to accomplish it, and other little tidbits that are going to be things that you carry with you for the rest of your life, because you will always have access to this video after it's posted. So let's get started, shall we? I used to do these videos where I had the chart up on the screen also, but once I discovered that nobody could actually see what was in the chart anyway, I'm like, why don't I just read it like a doctor, like I'm reading off your info here, right? So interestingly enough, I had to pick a frequency. As usual, I do always pick a frequency with people's readings now, right? Based upon what I feel their energy signature is. For you, I picked, let me grab this. Wake Up Magnetic, but it's actually like a Venus frequency. Feminine magnetism. Attract love, luxury, and devotion overnight, right? Princess mode. Didn't know why, because I did not look at your chart yet, but you have your rising in Capricorn at the 11th degree, right? That's an Aquarius degree that makes you humanitarian. With the Capricorn sign, this also means you're a business owner of some sort. You are an entrepreneur. That is what you came to do, and you meant to do this online or through the collective or for a specific group of people, right? This also means you're ruled by Saturn, but because you have it at the 11th degree, there is another planet that is actually ruling your chart. Venus. So your magnetism has been unlocked. That's what I'm getting now. And that is because I love this so much. The North Node is going past your Saturn. So you recently also had, or will be, you recently had your Saturn return, which was the first step. But getting it activated is the next one. So with Venus being the sneaky ruler of your chart, along with Chiron, which is also at the 11th degree, and your part of fortune, which is your sprinkle of luck. Chiron is the wound that you have, pretty much like a vaccine. It's the L that you took so you can help other people with the same L. You know how you get a vaccine so that your body can get used to it and have a different effect in the future? That's pretty much what Chiron is, right? So you are going to be able to help other people overcome their issues with their unique beauty in some way, shape, or form as a part of your career or the business that you create, because you are being tested in this lifetime on your talent. You have the asteroid talent at the 29th degree in the sign of Libra, which is that of beauty. This is hair, makeup, fashion, technically literature, painting, horses, perfumes. I don't know why perfumes just popped in there, but I mean, you could be a perfume maker. It says you're a mogul here. You're going to do multiple things, and they're all going to be based upon stuff that you learned from your mom's side of the family when you were little. And then you put your own spin on them and give them to other people. So this is giving me like the energy of, imagine your family had like a cookie recipe that was just like y'all favorite thing. And you didn't think anything of it until you like made it for the potluck, and everybody's like, hey, can you bring those cookies again? And then slowly you start a business because of that. That is the energy, but yours has something to do with beauty or fashion, or because a lot of your stuff is in Scorpio also, including your North Node, healing people's trauma, still surrounding their looks, their magnetism, how they feel about their own self-worth and stuff. You're going to be speaking over people, and I'm saying that because your enterprise is at a Gemini degree. Sharing your mind, sharing your thoughts, sharing your words, and technically your money, your celestial inheritance, which is called banks in your chart, right? That is at the first degree of self, but in the sign of Gemini. The part of you where source speaks through, like you deliver messages, is also at the first degree, right next to your Mercury. So you speak healing messages and then they get you paid. This could even be you doing somebody's hair and then you tell them something that they never heard before and it really like makes their day. But your words are your money, your unique self-expression. Even if you were to write out stuff or text stuff to people, you really just gotta yap all the time. See what I'm doing here? That's your money. So, Capricorn rising, being ruled by Saturn in the second house. Your money has been on, right? But it was for you to develop the skills that you needed in your career. Because you have your Saturn ruled by Capricorn with it at the 10th degree. But it's as a healer because it's next to your Reiki energy. And your Reiki energy is literally the healing energy that comes through your body. So you're a nurturer is what I'm getting. This gives me like the energy of everybody bullying a kid in school and you being the one person that walks up to them and won't bully them. That is your gold. That is your power. You're not going to take the easy route for something. You're going to always fight to do the right thing. And that is sort of kind of your strength and your pain at the same time. Like, damn it, I always got to be the one to do the right thing. But it's because you were transforming yourself. It looks like in a past life, you did not used to do that. You used to go along with the gang in order not to be ostracized. In this life, a lot of your tests have been on being ostracized. It's like if I could name this chart something, it would be tested rising. But you were tested to make sure that you could stand alone in your own independent thinking, even when you were swayed or tempted by another group. A lot of the patterns that you were clearing out had to do with the religious background, right? Any religious dogma, any stuff that was put on you in that way. But then mad stuff from your father's side. You're clearing masculine energy for both your mother and your father's side. So any restrictions or restraints that were put on you in life because of that, and it looks like particularly to hit you financially, but that was sort of kind of making sure that you would never be tempted to go against your moral code for money. This whole thing looks like a big exam. Did you feel like your life was a big exam? There's pretty much no way around it, right? Because your Mars is also at the first degree of self. In Cancer. The first degree is an Aries degree, by the way. So this is like your first time being able to think for yourself, to have your own personal power and not be bound to the group in the same way that you were. So the main thing that you were doing here with the South Node, North Node, was you were going away from being a volunteer for the family that you grew up in into making a name for yourself in your career. Like the family was the foundational base. And there's a lot about cooking in here. Can't wait to find out what the significance of that is. But yes, something about cooking. And dealing with a lot of jealousy in the family from other females. Could even possibly be friends or people that were jealous of your family dynamic. There's a partner here too that's standing out to me. There is somebody who's going to come into your life. Ooh, it's coming up if you haven't already met them. And that's a big turning point for you. You're actually approaching a big turning point in general for yourself. And you learning to stand in your power. And then it looks like building the thing or adding on to, if you already have the business, what you have been developing for yourself. The last few years have actually been changing you, possibly even physically. You had any issues with your teeth, skin, or bones? But physically transforming you so that you would be prepared to be like a manager, boss type person. You remember how I said you were being transformed to make sure you stood outside of the group? That's your Pluto at the 25th degree, right? But your sun is also at the 25th degree. So it was changing you directly. In another way, I could say this is the same as you going through everything you went through in other lives that made you sort of be willing to be very cutthroat and go with the group even when it was going against your moral code, and then not do that this time. Only then would you be able to realize, like, hold on, I could have been like everybody else. Like, I chose a different path. And then that's where everything starts coming together. You have so much beneficial information to speak over other people because of what you've been through. And nobody would ever know that you had been through that. 8th house suns have been through everything. And in your case, you've healed through everything as well. I'm not sure, based upon what I'm like hearing from your guides and stuff, that you realized how phenomenal what you have accomplished for yourself is. It's like you took it all in stride. Like it was just you on a roller coaster and like the ride was already in progress. But when you got off the roller coaster, you didn't stop and think, dang, that was wild that I went through that. It's like you were still shaky, still going through it. And that could possibly be why we're having this conversation right now, because you needed to be activated. You needed to be hit with this new energy that made you look at yourself a different way than the way you were before. You are Venus rising, but Venus like held back to rise. This is like the rose that grew from concrete here. And only as you started looking back would you be able to take the wealth from what you've already been through. So lately you might have noticed that your signs have been very loud, right? But right now, Source, Logos, the word of God made manifest, is right over top of your abundance. Like everything has been trying to tell you, like, hey, baby, we know it was rough before, but you are off of karmic punishment. You proved that you could be the person that you originally were before Earth Games got you. It's like money, wealth, all the finer things in life really made you start flipping who you initially were or who your initial soul body was, right? But you've been getting hints and signs about your potential, about the highest timeline that is available to you. And you will achieve this with your partner at your side. It's like whatever you had going on for yourself, there's a partner that's going to come along and it's going to go. That's me making it expand. It's going to get bigger. They might be, what's the word I want to use? Because it's like, you have your own stuff going on. But whatever you take, they're going to make it bigger for you. They might be instrumental, that's what it is, in helping you further believe in yourself and what you're capable of, because you have been restricted financially through your family, right? That was first and foremost. But since 10 years old, your idea of yourself has been restricted. Because that was the year before you came across the first group of people that was meant to like test how you acted. You could have been bullied by a group of people. And that getting bullied could have made you turn into like, right? Or it could have made you join the gang. However you reacted to any time that you were peer pressured was a part of your test. This could have even came about with you meeting a group of people that shoplifted. So I need to tell you, you will get the nice things that you want. That's a part of what your North Node is going towards. Your buried treasure, your gold. You see that North Node conjunct gold? That's what's been held back the whole time. That's at that 10th degree, the same as your Saturn. You will get all those good things. But you had to learn in this lifetime that it's better for you to work for them and earn them on your own than to get them as part of like a secret society or a church or a gang or the mafia. I've always wondered about people with mafia past lives. Like, how does that show up there? Like, are you still in the family? Do people still do really like mafia things? I guess if you watch Ghost in Power, then it is possible. But the gang wanted you the whole time because you have a talent, and you are at the final tier of that talent of making things beautiful. You've made you beautiful over time. Even your little adornments, you might not even notice because you have a classic style, right? But there's a classic, clean, crisp, fresh, very feminine energy about you that other people are drawn to. And if you did not notice it before, it's definitely going to be standing out now because it's being ignited within you. You are at the shifting point energetically, and what you focus your mind on, you are going to track towards you more. So you need to be careful with your thoughts, which I know is a fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? That and using the F word because I can see that your mental health is something that you fight with on a daily basis. Like, just to make sure that you're on the up and up and that you are the one inspiring yourself. But just know that you always have a team behind you. Like spiritually, like that card that I held up, reinforcing your sense of self. You are who you think you are. Even at the times where you're like, no, let me be humble. You can be humble and still recognize that you are talented and beautiful and that there is something important for you to carry out in this life. And there absolutely is. So I can't wait to hear your feedback on what your business idea is, or if you already have it in motion, because that's going to be the thing that brings everything together. You recognizing that you are a boss and you're meant to help other people is where everything shifts for you in your chart, because you are finally off of karmic punishment. Have a good day, Anna.